What's up, guys? It's DrumBox time, and I just had my birthday over the last month, so we're going to get into all of it. Let's go. What's up, guys? Welcome to a new DrumBox. Do these like once a month, maybe once every couple months. Today I got two horror packs because I guess it's been like maybe 2 months. I don't know. I'll have to look, but I'm going to open up two horror packs. I'll bookend this video with that. I'll start off with one, and then I'll end with a horror pack. We also got the Rue Morgue. I also got some birthday goodies that I bought for myself, really. And I did get a couple cards, too. One from David B., one from Beth S. Thank you so much for the kind birthday cards. Really appreciate that. But let's dive into the horror pack. Horror pack is a monthly Blu-ray or DVD service, all horror. And you get, A-level type stuff, big studio stuff. You get independent films. You get just a variety of stuff. There's a horror pack limited edition. Sometimes they'll surprise you and they'll give you like steel books. But usually there's a movie or two that you might not have ever even heard of, which is cool. And the first one out the gate is, this looks like something up my alley. Blood from the Mummy's Tomb. Wow. Blood from the Mummy's Tomb. Is this? I'll have to, and I can't see because my vision's, I'm old. So I can't read that. I'll have to look and see if, it looks like it's an older film, from that cover. I'm guessing 70s, somewhere around there. 1972. I'm seeing 1972 on here, which is freaking awesome. One of my favorite years. Like lately, everything from 1972 that I've looked at has been really awesome. I know that sounds weird, but just trust me on this. So, Blood from the Mummy's Tomb. Next one is The Girl Who Cried Her Eyes Out. There could be like a top 10 The Girl Who movies. There's so many of them. This is the horror pack limited edition Blu-ray, though. Sometimes you'll get like the signature from the director, which this one doesn't have, but looks interesting. The Girl Who Cried Her Eyes Out. Looks like maybe a psychotic type horror movie. Could be interesting though. Okay, next one is The Call. Man, this is a one from a few years ago that I reviewed. I think this one came out in January of a few years ago. I want to say 2019, 20, 21, somewhere around there. But Lin Shaye is in this. It's always nice to have Lin Shaye. I remember this being pretty good though. And then the last one for this one is Pig with a nice slipcover. Nicolas Cage. I was just talking to a friend about Nicolas Cage yesterday, and the guy, he's the one actor that can do everything. He can do the lowest of low independent film with no budget whatsoever, and he'll do freaking, top tier Long Legs. He'll do like Long Legs. He'll do Renfield. He's on fire, people. Nicolas freaking Cage. And Pig was interesting for sure. But funny enough, didn't the director of Pig direct? No. I'm getting my movies mixed up. It wasn't Osgood Perkins who directed Pig. I'll know by the time I start editing, but he directed like a current movie, the director of Pig. And maybe I'll have a poster on here showing which director it is. Okay, we're going to dive into the Rue Morgue, and then we'll jump into some of my birthday stuff that I got. We got some records, got some vinyl. And speaking of Long Legs, here we go. Look at that freaking cover for Long Legs. That image there is sort of an homage to Mulholland Drive, that creepy-looking character in Mulholland Drive that shows up behind the dumpster. But, yeah, man, this is my favorite movie of the year, Long Legs. But Rue Morgue, man, Andrea Subasati is a good friend, and that company, they really put in a lot of work to do these editorials, the great art that you see. They cover all the new stuff. They cover a lot of classics. You'll see what's coming to 4K, physical media, and the Fright Gallery, which is really cool. Just such a great magazine, and now's a better time than ever to support horror mags, just because of everything's like digital, and they do have a digital version. You can go online to ruemorgue.com and check out the digital version if you subscribe. But yeah, there's an article for Slumber Party Massacre, which is really cool. And there's a nice article for Long Legs. Okay, but man, this magazine has never steered me wrong. You always have like a monthly theme that they usually go with, or sometimes they'll just go with like the big horror movie that's coming out like this. I believe they had a Halloween edition too back when you had the David Gordon Green trilogy, but they have the Italian horror, which I have right back there on display at all times. I'm just such a fan of Italian horror. So yeah, Rue Morgue magazine, guys, and there will be links down in the comments, or in the info box, sorry, for Rue Morgue and Horror Pack, and you can get a discount if you click on those links, okay? And if it says, like, where did you hear from it? If you type in Drumdums, I'm sure you can get some kind of discount too. But I think it's already in there. So definitely adding this to my collection. All right, let's dive into what I got. I bought for myself. One of these, one of my friends sent to me, but I bought Sweet 16. This is the 88 Films edition, the UK edition, I believe. I bought this off of Amazon UK. Anytime I review a movie and I really, really love it, I feel like I need to buy it. So I hunt it down, and I found it, so at a decent price, right? I didn't have to pay like an out-of-print price. So, yeah, always do your research. Don't pay the first price that you come upon, You might find a better price. So, yeah. Dave Vanderhoff, who has always been so good to me, he sent me Night School. And now, Dave, didn't you tell me that this is another one of those motorcycle helmet killer movies? But he sent me Nightmare Beach. I was looking at it right over there in my collection. Nightmare Beach. And that was such a fun little movie. Yeah, I'm looking forward to watching this, and I'll definitely review Night School. And now let's look at a couple of vinyl pickups I got. This is White Lion, the first freaking album. And I actually got this at a good price. It's a reissue with a splattered vinyl disc. Record disc, and I have it right over there. I know the vinyl community is literally throwing pickles at their freaking computer screens or TVs right now because of my terminology, but it's okay, people. It's okay. All right, we're going to get through this. By the way, that guy right there, Vito Bratta, easily one of the most underrated guitarists ever. Yeah, there's a little bit of an Eddie Van Halen style to him, but man, he definitely had his own style. And super, super talented. And he just went into hiding after. He didn't care to get into this mess anymore, which you can't blame him. Kind of like John Sykes from Blue Murder, another auteur who just disappeared, vanished. But yeah, this is another reason why I like collecting vinyl too, because the artwork, Next one I got, one of my favorite bands of the late 80s, early 90s, I was constantly listening to, Enough Is Enough. Their second album, Strength, I think is a masterpiece, okay? And I remember there were some like editorials from like Metal Edge magazine, and they were saying like the album that's like looked over, and maybe it came out at the wrong time because there's just not a bad song on it. But this is more of a greatest hits compilation, and it's got stuff from their first two albums, I think. I don't think it has stuff from the third album, Animals with Human Intelligence, which was and Arista, when they went to a different record company. I know I'm losing some of you here, but I know my Enough's Enough, okay? I followed them through the third album, and then I kind of jumped ship because there was just kind of band quarrels and then a loss in production value. And yeah, but those first three albums are top-notch. Also, they lost their drummer, Vic Fox, right after they finished releasing the third album. So he went to Vince Neil's solo band after Vince Neil was booted out of Motley Crue, or he quit, depending on which version of the story you hear. But then last one, Silverchair Diorama. This is another masterpiece of an album, and the story behind this album is so interesting because Daniel Johns, lead singer, he actually recorded an entire more like heavy rock album, 18 months of work, and he deleted the entire thing. He like had a breakdown, and he said, I can't release this. If I release this, then that's what will go down as in history, and I want to be more than just a heavy rock band. So he created this masterpiece of an album called Diorama. He even taught himself how to play piano, and it is so good. David Bottrell is the producer, who also produced a couple of Tools albums. So yeah, Silverchair Diorama, what a freaking album. I'm hoping that's coming through on the camera, but man, love this album to death. Big Silverchair fan, by the way. Okay, now let's go through the very last horror pack. And guys, man, I tell you, I am so glad I switched to pretty much my streaming mic for my regular videos. And again, the reason I switched to this mic was because my lav mic, it worked 90% of the time, but when I would do these type videos where I'm constantly having to move my head and pick things up, and it was just not good for the lav mic. And I was getting scratching, and then I would have to use like secondary audio, and it was just such a pain in the ass. This is crystal clear audio, hopefully, you know. But yeah, it hasn't steered me wrong yet. And I've had friends of mine tell me, yeah, I'm glad you switched to that mic because it sounds so much better. Christian Hanna, he said, dude, you don't ever have to go back. Just stick with this mic. And if anybody would know, it's Christian Hanna because he has like 18 mics. So anyway, first one. Ooh, it's a 4K of, oh, never mind. It's the new Hellboy movie. Oof. I'm going to shoot you straight, okay? I'm not going to lie to you. This is a shitty movie. It's a really, really bad movie. But some of you might have liked it. And you get a 4K, okay? You get a 4K. Next one is... Oh, this looks interesting. Huntress. Never heard of this movie. Huntress. Looks like a femme fatale on the cover. This is the Horror Pack Limited Edition for this edition. Next one is... Ooh, I like how they're going back now. Scars of Dracula with Christopher Lee. I reviewed this one right here not too long ago for a patron request. Horror of Dracula. And this disc had disc rot. So it didn't work. But yeah. Scars of Dracula. I'm very curious to check this out. And then the last one. Oh, look at that. The new Grudge movie came out. What is it? 2018, 2017, somewhere around there. I need to give this one another watch. I haven't seen it since I reviewed it. I don't think I liked it that much back in the day when I reviewed it. But that's the thing about horror, though. Even a bad horror movie, sometimes it's good to just throw it in the background. And we all have different tastes. You know, like I love The Possession of Hannah Grace. I'm always like saying, why didn't that movie get much like a better fanfare? Because it was kind of thrown away as like a crappy movie by a lot of people. But I like it. So there's somebody that feels that way about The Grudge out there. I swear to God. I'm sure. So that's it. Guys, thank you so much for making the second channel what it is. We're like well over 3,000 subscribers now, which shocks me, which is so cool. And just yesterday I posted an interview I did with Fede Alvarez, who's directing Alien Romulus, which was so cool. He was so nice. But this is the place where I post that type stuff, and I just do the reviews on the main channel and maybe some like rankings. I'm trying to I've ran out of ideas for really good produced rankings. I need to jump back in there, and maybe you guys can throw some ideas down in the comments, okay? Always love your ideas. All right, I do have a Giallo top 10 that I'm going to be recording soon. All right, I have the list already prepared and everything. I need to do that, okay? But I'd like maybe give those movies another watch. But yeah, anyway, I know I'm rambling. But yeah, love you guys to death. Thank you so much for watching. And I'll see you guys on the flip flap. Love you guys. Mwah.